There is a new Goosebumps TV show coming out on Disney+. The big questions are, which Goosebumps monsters are going to appear, and what will the show be about? Well, two posters were leaked that gave us some insight into what creatures and stories might be appearing in the series. The first and most obvious is Slappy the Dummy. However, what's interesting is the top hat he's wearing. He also appears to be wearing some kind of coat around his body. Both of these are different from Slappy's usual look, but we actually have seen Slappy wear a very similar attire in the past. I'm referring to the Goosebumps Series 2000 book, Bride of the Living Dummy. As you can see, the wedding attire Slappy has on is very similar to what he's wearing in the Disney Plus poster. It could just be a coincidence, but they're so similar, it's hard to believe that the creators of the show accidentally made Slappy look similar to Bride of the Living Dummy. Going along with that theory, does this mean that Mary Ellen, the evil living doll, will be appearing in the Disney Plus Goosebumps show? Looking more closely at the first poster, you'll notice a reflection of someone wearing a mask. While the first mask you probably think of when talking about Goosebumps is the haunted mask, this one looks a lot more like the mask from Phantom of the Auditorium. The color matches, and even the hair looks similar to the 1994 book cover. The only thing that doesn't match up is that the original Phantom mask doesn't cover the mouth, while the one on the poster does. That could just be a stylistic change made for the show, however. This mask appears again in the second poster that was leaked, and while there's nothing all that new, it does show that this mask will play a significant role in the show. There is some speculation that the mask doesn't have any connection to Goosebumps, and it's just a creepy mask. I find it unlikely, though, that the creators would include this mask in both posters and not have it connected to Goosebumps in some way. Returning to the first poster, towards the bottom, you'll see another object in the reflection. This one's kind of hard to make out, but it does have a similar shape to the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. It becomes easier to see when the brightness is increased on the poster. Another sign that the Cuckoo Clock of Doom will be appearing in the new show is the shape of the shattered glass. It kind of resembles a bird, just like what pops out of the clock. If that's the case, this could mean that time travel will be part of the show. If you remember, that's what the Cuckoo Clock of Doom does. This actually leads into another theory about the show involving this character with the glasses. Some fans have speculated that this guy, played by actor Justin Long, is R.L. Stine, sort of like how Jack Black played a fictional version of the Goosebumps author in the two movies. If that's true, maybe R.L. Stine will use the Cuckoo Clock of Doom to travel from the past to the future to help the main characters. Or maybe it'll be the other way around, and the main characters will travel back in time to the 90s and meet up with R.L. Stine. The only problem with this theory is that it's already been said that Justin Long is playing a character named Nathan Bratt. Maybe that's a fake name though, like how Jack Black's character was calling himself Mr. Shivers to conceal his identity. Anyways, one other secret in the first Disney Plus Goosebumps poster has been looking at us this entire time. The poster is made of glass with reflections in it, sort of like a mirror. Funny enough, there's a classic Goosebumps book all about a supernatural mirror called Let's Get Invisible. In that story, a group of kids find a hidden mirror that allows them to turn invisible. However, evil mirrored versions of the kids want to trade places with them and lock them in the mirror world. Besides the shattered glass, the other detail in the poster that points to Let's Get Invisible is this character. Everyone looks distressed, except for the smiling woman. Could she actually be an evil mirrored imposter? Moving on to the second leaked poster, one thing that stands out right away is this picture of a blue and yellow house. My first thought is that this is the house from Welcome to Dead House. It doesn't bear a huge resemblance to the book, but like with Phantom of the Auditorium, it could be the creators making a creative choice. Another theory is that this house relates to the ghost next door. If that's true, it could mean that Hannah Fairchild is gonna appear in the show. Like with the first poster, another secret is just the poster itself. It's a collage of 9 Polaroid camera photos. As you might remember, the camera from Say Cheese and Die does exactly that. The fact that the characters all have scared or worried faces also implies they're having their picture taken by the evil camera, and they're aware of it. This is cool, but there are a lot of things Disney Plus needs to get right with the new Goosebumps show. To find out what they are, watch this video.